Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into our JobSite Live. We're going to give everyone a few minutes just to hop on, but hope everyone's having a great Wednesday, killing it on the job site. But yeah, we're excited to bring another JobSite Live to you today. We're going to be talking about our FlexShaft line and some of the new improvements that we made to some new machines and some new accessories that we launched. But, you know, throughout the live, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, or you can use the question mark icon at the bottom of your screen, and we will do our best to answer all the questions. And then one lucky viewer will win this RIDGID Arctic cooler. And with that, I'm going to go and turn it over to the FlexShaft Queen herself, Shelby.
Woohoo! Thank you. So, hi everyone, I'm Shelby. Product manager for our FlexShaft line of drain cleaning machines, and I am excited to talk to you today about our newest launches, newest additions to the line. So first up, I'll just jump right in. Our newest launches we had machine-wise are our Plus units. So our K9 102 Plus and our K9 204 Plus. So these are really upgraded versions of our original K9 102 and K9 204 Plus. So we really listened to all the feedback you guys were giving us, and we took that and made some improvements. So first up, you can see around the perimeter, we've added some latches. So that was one of the biggest complaints, is having to undo all those screws. Took forever to get inside the machine. So we've replaced that with 6 latches, so really easy to get inside. Also on the front, we have some onboard hex key storage. So that's your 3mm hex key. That'll be used for changing out all your chain knockers. So each chain knocker has 4 set screws. You'll just use that hex key to loosen those, take that off, and switch it out. And then I'll show you some of the improvements we've made inside the machine as well. So right now, I just grabbed the hex key because at the top of the machine, we have one latch that you do need a tool to get into. I don't know if you can do kind of a close-up of it on here, but basically you just need any sort of tool to just kind of get under there and pop it open. So that's just for safety reasons. Only one latch is like that. So the rest of the latches you can just open. And then if we take a look inside of the machine at some of the improvements we made. So another big complaint is that if you do get into a blockage and some torque gets built up in your cable, the cable tends to want to flip over on itself, and that would most often happen in here, inside where the cable transitions inside to the drum channel. So we beefed up our cable clamp, so that's going to protect your cable from those flipovers there, and we extended it through the drum channel for better protection. We also changed the setup of the gearboxes. So in the past, if you were to change your cable out, you kind of had to loosen everything up to wiggle the cable out. You don't have to do that anymore. So leave everything tightened as is. You'll just take your cable clamp out with the 4 screws there, and then you'll take your detent pin out of the coupling, and you'll be able to swap your cable out. So much easier to do that. And then one thing you might notice as well is there's kind of a double coupling in here at the moment. So that is just holding space for later this summer. We're going to be launching a repair coupling. So we're trying to eliminate the crimped coupling, which I know is a headache for some people. So right now that's saving the space for that. And that repair coupling, we'll just use 2 wrenches to tighten and loosen that. So it'll be a fully field serviceable cable and machine. Super excited about that. These are out in the field now, available, so you can contact your local distributor if you want to get one of these. A reminder on the naming as well. So our naming is the pipe capacity the machine is for. So the 102 will be 1.25 inch up to 2 inch, and then the 204 you'd use for your 2 to 4 inch lines. I also wanted to hit on, with these machines that are powered by your drill, just how to set your drill up. So we do have it here on the front of the machine on that label. You want a high-speed drill, so 1800 to 2500 RPM. So always put your drill in that high-speed mode. And then you want to be in screw driving mode as well. So you don't want to be in drill or hammer mode because your clutch won't engage. So it's really important with these machines to use your clutch to protect your cable. So we say start about 25% of your clutch. Use that. If you do get into some sort of blockage where torque kind of builds up on your cable and it wants to flip over, the clutch is going to protect it. So yeah, again, set it low, 25%, and then just increase as you're going so you know your cable's not going to flip over. Next, I wanted to talk about some of the new accessories we've launched as well. So most recently, we launched our sandpaper blades and holders. So this one we've used a bit, but we have 4 different size holders. These are for our 5/16 or 3/8 inch cable. So those will be in your 204 or your 306 machine. And then we have 4 different sizes of the sandpaper blades as well. Each blade pack comes with the 4 inserts that you need for the holder. And again, these are really great for pipe rehab. So if you're gonna do a pipe patch or relining, you'll wanna go in first for the prep to kind of scuff up the pipe for better adhesion with your resin. And then after, if you're relining and then doing a reinstatement, so you're opening up a lateral line, you're going in with a cutter head to reinstate flow, you can finish it with your sandpaper. So you'll go in and kind of clean up the edges, get it as smooth as possible. So you really establish that flow as best as you can. So we launched these pretty recently. These are available now. And then just a reminder, we launched our dead core cable a while ago, but this is our field serviceable cable. So the machines come with our very flexible drain cleaning cable. The dead core cable is a little stiffer. The only difference visually is it's a black cable, so darker in color, and then it's you're able to cut it without it unraveling. So the current cable, if you do need to cut the end off, it's damaged, you do need to fuse the ends before you would cut it because it'll unravel. With the dead core, very field serviceable, you can just use an angle grinder to cut it off and keep on with your job. You don't need to fuse the ends on this one. So these are all available now.
Nice, and I know we did get some questions. We kind of talked about the K9 204 Plus and the K9 102 Plus, but someone was asking what's the smallest FlexShaft unit we have and what's kind of our largest one that we have.
Sure, so if we want to go into our full line, the smallest unit we have is our K912. So this is really kind of like an entry-level version into our FlexShaft line. So again, like I said with the naming, K912, it'll do up to 2-inch lines. So this is a much smaller version of the 102. I'll bring it over here as well to talk about. So the K912 has 30 feet of cable, and it is just cable wound inside the housing. So when you pull it out, you're the one like winding it back in. Whereas with the 102, we have the inner drums. I just took that one apart, so it's not going to be easy to see. But the 102 and the 204 have these inner rotating drums. So it's really easy to take the cable out and then push it back in. You don't need to, wind it back up like you do with the K912. We also added a mechanical clutch in this one to help with cable breakages. So like I said, the bigger units really rely on your drill clutch to protect the cable. We added that mechanical clutch with the 12 because this is an entry-level product. And then the biggest machine. So we have our K9 306. This is for 3 to 6 inch lines. This one has 125 feet of cable. We have an internal motor as well. So you will plug this into the wall. It has a foot pedal. So the motor is internal to the machine. We also have an electronic clutch in there as well. So that'll protect your cable with this one.
How many feet is the K9 102 Plus?
The 102 Plus will have 50 feet of cable, and then the 204 has 70 feet of cable.
Perfect. And then the K9 12?
30 feet.
Awesome. Now, is that the main difference between the K9 12 and the 102 Plus?
So definitely the cable size, yes, and then like I was saying, with just the ease of use and kind of pushability, because this is just loose cable in a housing, it's a bit more difficult to push it out. But if you are, using it job after job every day, the 102 Plus is going to be a lot better ease of use.
Now, what about when it comes to the accessories for like the 102 and Plus and the K9 12? Do they work for? Are they like interchangeable?
Yes, so the 12 and the 102 Plus both have 1/4 inch cable. So any of our accessories labeled for 1/4 inch will work on both. So they're just suited for the specific cable size. So 1/4 inch cable will work with any 1/4 inch accessories. Our 5/16 cable will work with any 5/16 accessories.
Cool. And then could you just talk a little bit more about the different attachments and like what someone would use them for?
Yeah. So right now on this one we have our plain chains. So that's going to be good for, you know, more fragile pipe or PVC. It's not going to really be, you're not going to be in danger of puncturing the wall of the pipe. We also have our carbide tipped chains. So this will be for like heavy descaling, cast iron, something with a lot of buildup. You really need to scour the walls of the pipe. And then we have our penetrating heads too. So these will be good for like soft blockages. You need something in front. So you'd actually place this in front of your chains. That'll be able to get through that soft blockage. We also have our drop head, which will add weight to it. So if you're going down a stack, you can put that on the front of it. It'll add some weight to your cable so you can really drop it down there. We have some brushes too. So these can be used as centering devices. If you are in fragile pipe, maybe a section of it is broken out, you want to be center in the pipe. You can add brushes before and after your chains. You can add it just with the penetrating head. People have used just nylon brushes to clean like dryer vents. So a lot of uses for the brushes. And we have a lot more accessories as well. So if you do go to our website, RIDGID.com, look at the FlexShaft page, you can see all the accessories we offer.
Nice. Someone asked why they had a machine and their cable broke. What could the cause of that be?
So it depends. If you're getting a cable breakage at the wet end, you might have run into something or got it caught. If you do need to, like I said, with the flexible cable, the gold cable, if you need to cut it off, you do need to fuse the ends before you do that. If it's a breakage inside the machine, like I was saying, flip overs mostly happen right inside where that cable clamp is, and that has happened most often in the past if your drill clutch isn't set properly. So if you do set that, that'll protect your cable from flipping over inside.
Okay. Can I use my FlexShaft on a concrete pipe?
Depends on what's going on and what the size is. If it's a really large pipe, again, we only have up to 6-inch lines for our FlexShaft machines.
Okay. And then could you mention the list price for the 102 Plus?
The 102 Plus is $13.49 list price, and then the 204 Plus would be $17.49. But again, for the best prices in your area, check out your local distributor, reach out to your local RIDGID rep, and they'll set you up with where you can get these machines.
Yeah, and then I think 2 more questions we have, unless someone else jumps in. Is there a price difference between the old 102 and 204 to upgrade to the Plus models?
So for list prices, no. We kept the prices exactly the same because we knew these were improvements our customers wanted, so we wanted to get that for them. So these are the same list price. Reach out to your distributor to see what they're selling them for.
Great. And then are the whole FlexShaft lines, all the K9s, are they replacements for other drain cleaners?
No, so really FlexShaft has been a totally new addition to your drain cleaning arsenal. So a totally additional product on your truck. Depending on what kind of blockage you have, our typical sectional drum machines will really punch a hole through a blockage, establish flow, and then the FlexShaft machines you can go back in and really clean wall to wall. So great addition to our RIDGID drain cleaning offering.
Awesome. We're just checking the comments now, and it doesn't look like there's any other questions. So, I think that kind of concludes our JobSite Live with the FlexShaft Queen herself, Shelby.
Thank you.
If you do have any more questions, feel free to shoot us a DM on Instagram or go to our website, see if we can answer your questions there. Reach out to your local RIDGID rep. But that does it today for our JobSite Live, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.